Hello everyone. Please bear with me. I don't usually post videos. I'm more of a content consumer rather than creator, but I felt the need to say something about the case of Karmelo Anthony. So as I read and think more about the trial, I find that I am supporting Karmelo Anthony more and more. Now, first of all, let me say that I don't think that Karmelo Anthony is innocent, nor do I think that he was defending himself. Not only was Anthony's response disproportional to being shoved, but he also dared Metcalf to touch him. If you dare someone to attack you, then you can't say that you were fearing for your life. I'm not saying that Anthony should not stand his ground if he thinks he's right, but if you're fearing for your life, then you shouldn't be escalating. Instead, Anthony should have de-escalated while not giving up an inch. So yes, according to the letter of the law, Anthony is guilty of first-degree murder, but I don't think that he's a bad kid, and I believe that he was defending his honor. And Metcalf, well, we shouldn't speak ill of the dead, but let's just say that he was slightly unkind to Anthony. So what happened was that it was raining heavily, and Karmelo Anthony was seeking shelter under the tent of Austin Metcalf's school and minding his own business. Mind you, this wasn't even Metcalf's personal tent, but that of his school. If I had a personal tent on my own property and I saw someone unprotected in the rain, of course I would be kind enough to offer him a shelter, as would any decent person. Metcalf, on the other hand, did the opposite of what a decent person would do. It would have cost Metcalf nothing to leave Anthony alone under a tent that was not even his. Instead, he saw an opportunity to put someone down, to humiliate, and to exert power over. Now, yes, I, as an adult, can see what Anthony should have done in that situation. But when I was 17, I had a huge chip on my shoulder. And if someone were to try to deliberately humiliate and dominate me, even if he did have rules on his side, I probably would have exploded too. But for the grace of God, I could have ended up like Karmelo Anthony at that age. One other thing, it is wrong that there were no black people on the jury. I am not saying that black jury would have reached a different verdict, but I think that during sentencing, they would have more understanding for Anthony. As President George W. Bush once says, we judge other groups by their worst examples and our own by our best intentions. This is why, for example, the white media will bring out criminal record of the black victim while humanizing a white perpetrator. This is not just racism, but in-group bias that we all have and should try to correct for. And by the way, why is it that during the sentencing, a black victim's family is likely to forgive a white perpetrator while the white victim's family wants nothing but the harshest punishment for the black perpetrator? That's just something interesting. So in the trial of Karmelo Anthony, I do agree with the verdict, but I think that the sentence should have been 10 years and not 35. Anthony should have to give up his 20s. What he did was wrong and he should be punished. But like I said at the beginning, I don't think that he is evil or malicious, and I don't think that he should lose most of his adult life for basically defending his honor.